Hey, what's going on guys? Tanmay here for Telesco Learnings and welcome back to another video tutorial under JQuery. So in the previous couple of videos of JavaScript for beginners tutorials, we've been going through the fundamentals of JQuery. So we've gone through what is JQuery, we've seen the selectors, we've seen the events. So let's see some inbuilt effects that we have in JQuery which will ease our task. So the effects that take at least like 10 to 15 lines of code in JavaScript can be done in one single line of code just by using the inbuilt JQuery methods. And we've basically seen a couple of them, that is the fadeIn, fadeOut effect. But let's see actually some few more in this video tutorial. Okay, so this code is from the previous video tutorial itself. So if you haven't seen the previous video, what you can do is you can simply pause this video. You can type out the HTML code. It is very easy. We have the body tag, we have h2, we have paragraph, we have two buttons. Then we have three divisions with their respective IDs and one class. We also have a CSS file, external CSS file, which basically gives this border and the red color to these paragraphs. Then we have unordered list, which is inside this third division. Then we have another unordered list, which is inside this division. That is the fourth division, which does not have any ID and class. So that's about it. You can just pause the video, just type out this code if you haven't already. And then below the body, we have the script tag, which loads the JQuery. So the JQuery library or the entire file is inside this JS folder. So this is that jQuery file. And below that we have one more script tag which has the document.ready function or ready method. That is, this event is fired when the entire document is loaded. And all the jQuery code we type inside this event or method. Okay, so let's see the first effect, that is the hide and show effect. So there are two effects. So on the click me button, that is click me one button, we'll try to hide this paragraph, that is the first paragraph. And on the click me to button, we'll try to reveal it. Okay, so we have their respective IDs. btn1 is for first button, btn2 is for the second. So let's use the selector. I'm gonna say $id selector. So I'm gonna say hash btn1. I'm gonna say .click. So the events are handled separately or differently in jQuery. We've seen that in the previous couple of videos. And on click we want something to happen, so that something can be done in a function. So I'm going to say function, opening and closing brackets of that function, opening and closing curly braces of that function, and hit enter. So this function doesn't have a name. It is an anonymous function which exists only inside this click method. So inside this click, what we want is we want to hide this entire paragraph. So we have the paragraph ID, that is first div. That is this entire division we want to hide, not the paragraph actually. So the first div ID is first div. So I'm going to say $first div first. Make sure you don't make any spelling mistakes. I'm going to say .hide. Okay, and that's about it. That will completely hide this entire paragraph. Let's click on this button and you can see that the first division is completely hidden. Now the same thing we want on click me to, that is the paragraph should be revealed, and then for that we have the show method or show effect. If I just copy paste this entire thing, change the button one ID to btn2, and instead of hide we have show. Okay, so if I click on click me 1, the first paragraph or the first division is hidden. If I click on click me 2, the first division comes back. Okay, so this was hide and show. Now we also have one single function or one single method or one single effect that does both hide and show, which is known as toggle. Okay, so let's create third button. Let's name it toggle. Let's give it an ID of btn3, and let's just copy this entire thing, paste it over here. Let's say btn3, and here if I say toggle, what this effect or method, so effects in jQuery are implemented by inbuilt methods itself, so they are the one and the same thing. So if I click on this toggle, what will happen is, if the first div, so we are toggling the first div, right? So if the first div is visible, it will be hidden. If it is invisible, it will be shown. So basically it is doing hide and show depending upon whether the division or the element that is selected is visible or not. So if I click on toggle, right now it is visible, right? So it will hide it. If I click back again, it will show it. Okay, so these were the first three effects. The next three are fade in, fade out, and fade toggle. Actually we've already seen them. So let's quickly do this. I'm gonna say fade out over here. So on click 1, we can fade this out. On click 2, what we'll do is we'll say fade in. So if I click on fade out, so it's faded out, that is the first division is faded out. If I click on this button, it will come back. And then we have fade toggle as well. So if I say fade toggle, if I click on it, if the first division is visible, it will become invisible in a proper transition. If I click back, it will come back. Now we can give timings also inside this. So usually we have 2 parameters in effects. The first one is the time. So you can have slow. So the fading will happen slowly. You can have fast. So the fading will happen fast. Or you can actually give some milliseconds. So if I say 2000, so this is 2000 milliseconds, that is 2 seconds. So it will take 2 seconds to fade this entire division. So if I click on it, you can see it is fading very slowly. Now the second parameter is known as a callback. Okay. So what this callback is a secondary function which will be called after the complete fade out has happened. So we'll talk about callback in next video and we'll discuss it in detail. Right now we'll just concentrate on these basic effects. Same thing applies to fade in also and fade toggle also. So these are the next 3 effects. So first 3 were hide, show and toggle. Next 3 were fade out, fade in and fade toggle. And then we also have slide up, slide down and slide toggle. So let's actually do slide up. So if I click on this, you can see that the entire division got folded up, right? So we have slide down also. So let me click on this. So you can see we got slide up. If I click on it, it comes back in a sliding fashion, slides down. And then we have slide toggle which does the both things. So if I click on this, slide up will happen if the division is already visible. If I click back, it will slide down depending upon whether the division is visible or not. And this can happen to any element. Okay, right now we are just applying this on the first division. It can be applied on unordered list. It can be applied on paragraphs, on buttons, on images and anything on any element which is visible on the web page. So depending upon what you select, this style is applied. Okay, so that's it for this video guys. I just wanted to quickly show you some inbuilt effects that we have in jQuery. Now you can see we have one line of code which would have taken like 15 to 20 lines of code in the conventional vanilla JavaScript. So jQuery makes it very easy to apply effects. This was just few of them. There are few more which we will discuss in further videos and we'll talk about a little bit more details about these effects. So yeah, that's it for this video guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Do share it with your friends.